Tara here with you, and I'm coming to you live from my dining room, enjoying some natural light today. And I didn't want to take up too much time. I'm actually in the middle of some business things here, and I just wanted to take a break to reach out to you all. Hi, Carol. Thanks for joining. And every day of the week I've been working diligently because I've been thinking about you, and I wanted to create a theme for our conversations daily. Hey, Carol, it's good to have you. And so I wanted to think of things that would be kind of clever that I could theme and focus our content on each week and each day. And so I came up with Winning Wednesday. I thought it was good. I know, kind of cheesy, but we're all winning today because we're a team. And even though we're individuals, we each have a different function that we're bringing to the table that become one, right? I don't think that it's so good to all think alike or be alike or do things alike. So my content for you today, I just took a little bit of time to just really reflect and think of some things that could be creative, that could be used in any business model, whether traditional, whether home business, whether, I don't know, something creative outside the box that you're doing with blogging, coaching people, things of that nature. And so I just came up with 10 tips that I thought were really good strategies to be able to use in your everyday life to be successful in business and to really leverage and grow as a person and individual. So I'm just going to get down to the bottom of it, and then at the end I'm going to open up a Q&A. This isn't going to be real lengthy or anything like that, but just some tips and things that I came up for you that I hope are going to help bring value to you. So we'll start with number 1, and that is be fearless. Okay, anybody that stepped out in a business venture of any sort, it's going to be a little scary. I can promise you that it's not going to feel remotely any better until you actually do it. So you have to be willing to just step out and go for it. It'll feel better financially, it'll feel better physically, mentally, emotionally. So if you have a business or something that you're looking at doing, or you've contemplated, gosh, it'd be nice to get out of my 20, 30 plus year career. It's not working out so well for me. I want to be at home with my kids, or I want more time freedom, or I want to be able to travel more, but I just can't because I'm tied up at work. It may require a level of faith or confidence or belief in yourself to take that step and actually do it. Let me do you a favor. Don't overshoot and think this. Just go for it and just do it. You never know what it's going to do in your life. You never know how it's going to change the course of things. I was just actually thinking about this today. I actually thought back to, what if I would not have done my first business? I wouldn't be here in this Facebook Live with you right now. And I thought about my journey, where I came from, what I went through, and where I'm going. Best decision I ever made. Scariest decision I ever made, but the best decision I ever made. So don't be afraid to go for it. And when you do, don't be afraid to make a mess and make mistakes. Don't be afraid to not have everything figured out in your business. You know, you're learning, you're growing, you're investing into your skills. It's no different than going to a 4-year college or getting an associate's degree or getting postdoctoral or post-education of some sort. You're going to be required to take some courses. You're going to be required to learn some new skills. You're not going to walk in the door knowing everything. So don't be afraid to jump out and to grow from it, because the only way you're going to grow is to make mistakes and to invest into yourself. So that's the first one. Be fearless. The second one is understanding finance. Okay, this is where a lot of people make mistakes, okay? They think that they have to have a whole lot of money to start a business, and that they can't start a business or achieve their dreams without having the finances to be able to do so, okay? That's not necessarily true. You don't necessarily have to have a lot of money. It's not really about whether or not you have a lot of money or not. It's going to require some, businesses are some level of investment. When you had kids, they were an investment. When you bought a house, it was an investment. when you went to a job or you were hired by an employee, they may have required you to purchase some shoes or purchase an apron or some part of your uniform, or maybe they required you to pay for some background checks. I know most companies pay for that, but occasionally a company will have you pay out of pocket or they'll reimburse you in the end. So you had to make some level of investment initially. Okay, guess what? Business is the same way. The difference is that you don't necessarily need a whole lot in order to get going. Okay? You have to decide something else. Okay? Whether or not you want to say paycheck to paycheck. Okay? Because some people are going to say, well, you know, I'm okay. I'm just getting by. Really? Are you okay with just getting by? Or do you want to learn how to make money grow for you? When I say that, you have to change your mindset from thinking, oh, I need material things because they're going to make my life better, which might be true to some degree. If you had a little bit of breathing room, I could absolutely see how that would benefit you in the sense that you don't have as much financial legal obligation anymore. You don't feel the stressors of always having to figure out where the money's going to come from. On the other side of that is, okay, instead of how can I live from paycheck to paycheck, how can I make money grow for me so that way I can help others. I can solve problems with that. Okay, that's huge. Because when you take the focus off of making money for yourself and you think about how can you bring value to others, how can you help them solve problems, it makes a huge difference. So part of understanding finance is being able to switch your mindset from self-focus to being able to then take the money that you make. It's learning how to invest so that you can grow your money, learning how to invest skill sets to solve problems to help not only yourself but to help others. When you make that shift, that's when you'll start being successful financially. Okay? 3, grow as a leader. Okay? Part of that is believing in yourself. And I always think about, I don't know, I like reading my Bible, and I always think about David. I don't know why, but I think about him a lot. And I always think about the leader that God had called him to be. However, at first, everything looked heavy to him. You know, everything from the armor, everything from what he was being asked to do. And he saw the vision, he saw the promise at the end of the tunnel, but at the same time, he ran from it initially and had to be brought back and put back in front of it because he didn't believe in himself. He didn't have the confidence in who he was called to be. So part of that is learning how to believe in yourself. Yes, it may require you to learn a new skill set. However, when you start learning, you're going to start believing in what you're doing. When you were little, you didn't know how to tie your shoes right away. It's not like you woke up one morning and you were like, oh, I can all of a sudden tie my shoelaces. No, you had to learn how to tie your shoelace. You know, maybe somebody had to teach you how to do it. So tying the shoe was something that was a duplicatable system, right? Because, you know, you were shown how to take one shoelace and put it together and create a bow or a bunny loop or whatever, you know, whatever. I remember that little song when we were little kids, you know. So however you learned how to do it became duplicatable because when you became an adult and you had kids, you had to learn how to show them how to tie their shoe. So it's really no different here. You just have to learn a new skill, and as you grow and as you make mistakes, like we mentioned in being fearless in number 1, you're going to begin to grow more confidently as a leader. Okay? The other thing about being a leader is you want to begin giving something for free or something for discounted. A lot of businesses, a lot of individual businesses, meaning they're individuals, okay? A lot of what they do is they offer kind of a tiered system, okay? Hey, Victoria, nice to have you. And so they offer some sort of system here. So maybe initially, in order to create more value by identifying the common issues or pitfalls that other individuals are having, okay, they may create some sort of content for free or some way of keeping up with them. For example, I have a VIP list that people can keep in touch with me. Not everybody on my VIP list is in business with me or even knows me that well. But it's a means to stay connected and learn about what I'm doing. And from there, that can open and build a bridge to more opportunity because they see what I'm about. I got a start. I created a beginning, and now I'm creating a following. And now all of a sudden they like what I'm doing. So they decide that they want to learn more about my business because I brought value to them. Okay, I may have directly or indirectly created that relationship with them. Okay, so a lot of times giving something away for free or giving something at a discount is a good way to be able to do that. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a service that you're providing. It could be a product that you have, if they opt in or if they, whatever, you have something that they need, they can certainly get that product from you at a discounted price, or maybe, you have some sort of BOGO sale or something like that. Okay, that's not really what this call is about, but I'm just kind of mentioning it. But first of all, you really want to establish that relationship. So a VIP list or some sort of way, whether you're blogging or whether you're doing social media day, each day, I highly recommend doing that because that's going to create a following where people are going to be trusting you. They're going to be getting more insider information. Not a problem, Victoria. Good to have you. You can watch the replay if you would like. They're going to see that you have something that is of value, and therefore they're going to be more likely to follow you or to want some sort of service or product from you that you're offering. Okay. The other thing is discover, as a part of being a leader, what you do best. So know what you're good at and build upon that. Okay. I have a friend, for example, I just talked with her today. She does gardening. I could never, do her job, but she's phenomenal at it, and she brings value to people because, I watch her because I love the way how she gardens and gives tips, tools, and strategies. It's what she does, and she loves it. She has a landscaping business, and she wants to teach other people how to work in their garden, how to create gardens, and so she gives all these really great tips and tools. Well, if you're not a gardener, you may not know all these things, right? So plugging in might be a great way to get to know her and her following, but also to grow and learn from her on how to create your own garden or make a better garden or whatever that looks like, right? She found a problem that people have and she created value for it. Okay, she's a perfect example of that. She discovered what she did best. She looked at her weaknesses, and she's reaching out to others as well and how to create a team or how to bring others up with her in this case. And how to better create a unique function that not only is she modeling for herself, but she's modeling and encouraging other people to be able to do that too. So she's creating value in that way as well, which is always inspiring and encouraging, and other people like to see that a lot. 4 is leverage. So you want to think outside the box. You might have to get a little bit of creative in how you market because you have to decide what sets you apart from others. Okay, so you want to maybe do some test marketing, reach out to some people, take a survey, find out what some common problems and issues are that they're having and what they're looking for when they're looking for a service or a product, what they like, what they dislike, what you want to grow and learn from them. If they were to share something, what would they want to provide others with? Create a meaningful connection so that you can learn how to solve problems and create value for others. Number 5 is to duplicate. So you want to use the system in order to be able to duplicate. Okay. Yes, you can have so much success as an individual business. Okay, but you want to figure out a way to create something that is truly duplicatable, meaning that if you brought in a team member, you inspired and encouraged somebody to join your company or your business or whatever that looked like, you would want to have some sort of system implemented. So you would want to learn, what is your system? What do you want it to look like? Is there somebody that has that out there? How can you implement it? You want to be able to create relationships. You want to be able to create new contacts. Part of it is knowing who do you want on your team? Who do you want to work with? Who do you want to help grow. So that's part of that, okay? So you want to be always looking for meaningful relationships and connections. Who would you like to work with? If they were around, how would you like to see them prosper? You want to look for somebody that might have a little bit of differences and some similarities, because you want to create a function. Yes, we're a team, but we all have a part in a function that might be a little bit different. The next is attitude. Okay, so when I say attitude, what I mean is you have to define what's important to you. Like, yes, it's good to want to be successful and to create money, but once you have that money, what comes next? What are your goals? What do you want to see happen? Is it because you want to see self prosper, or is it because you want to create wealth in a form and a system that helps others and not only solves their problems, but helps them to grow as well? So that's something to take into consideration. Number 7 would be gratitude, okay? Are you thankful each morning when you wake up? You ask your kids, or you ask your spouse, or you ask your partner, or you ask your friend to do something, a coworker maybe, and they do that thing. Do you thank them for their service? Do you value them? Do you thank them for being them? Do you do that daily? When you go and you get the gas, do you thank the attendant? When the barista at the coffee shop makes your coffee, do you thank them for doing that? So you want to always lead with gratitude. Gratitude for people's time, people's services. These are all very, very, very important. Okay? Next is learning how to stay healthy. Okay? It takes a lot to run a business, okay, especially mentally. So I don't mean just physically nourishing your body. Yes, proper rest, eat healthy, eat right. These are basic things that you know, right? But staying healthy also means mentally. So something that I encourage you to do, when is the last time? Like, do you read books? What type of books do you read? Are you reading something that's for personal development purposes? Have you thought about doing that? If not, or if you're learning to do that, I would encourage you to do that. It doesn't have to be very much. I'm not a major reader, but I try to make a point that I'm reading something daily, at least 5 to 10 pages, or at least 10 minutes of my day. I'm reading something that's going to give me new information and allow me to grow. If you don't water the flower, it's not going to grow. It's going to wither and die, right? It needs nourishment. Well, our minds need nourishment in order to stay productive, in order to stay in our lane, to stay in our course and our action that we're taking with our business, and learning how to grow and to build it, because it takes a lot. You have to have the right mindset and mentality for it. So a lot of it is staying healthy, not just physically, but mentally as well. And taking care of your body physically will help mentally to stay productive and to stay focused and that sort of thing. So that's really important and crucial. Number 9 is relationships. Okay. I'm experiencing this myself, so I can clearly and safely say this. When you start growing and learning and you begin to prosper and others see that, some people will be super excited for you that you're going on your journey, okay? Some will approach with caution, and some will just flat out not like the way that you're growing. And it's really hard. It's really painful to realize this, but just know that some relationships, people are going to be all for you and completely supportive, even if they aren't on the same path. Just know this, not everybody is meant to go on that journey with you, and that's okay. Do not be afraid of people say no to you or are supportive, but just don't follow you in the direction that you're going. Know when to set boundaries, because, especially when you're sharing content with others on social media, you probably see it every day, positive, negative comments from people, people taking things very, very personally and aiming it back at you like you aimed an arrow at them. Okay, it's going to happen. Okay, it's part of your journey. For whatever reason, some people just cannot stand to see people growing, okay, or make false accusations because they don't understand where you're going. Okay, so they falsely accuse you, in the direction that you're going. But here's where you just have to be diplomatic and professional and stand tall and keep going no matter what, whether you have support or not. If they start creating problems and havoc for you and it's interfering with you growing your following, whether in the relationships that you have already or those that you're creating on social media, then it may be time to set some boundaries. You may have to block a few people. You may have to put them on a restriction. Okay, you may have to separate yourself from them. Okay, sometimes people really think that they are helping you by always giving you advice. Okay, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because they love you and they care about you, and deep down they do want to see you grow, but maybe they don't fully understand the journey that you're on. Okay, and maybe they feel like they've prayed and whatever, they've had revelation for you, and so they're sharing it. It could be good revelation. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, or that it's good or bad. I'm just simply saying, consider the source, really pray about that wisdom and that knowledge and that direction that you're meant to go upon. Okay, if it doesn't align, maybe I would consider not receiving it. I'm not going to tell you what to do, because that's your decision. But the last thing that you want is to sow that into your soil, to sow that into your foundation and how you're growing and who you're becoming. And you really have to think about these things. Do you really want people fully vested into your life that are going to bring you down and be a negative Nancy? I don't know about you, but personally, me, I would not want that. Okay, you want people that are going to grow you. You know, some people are misunderstood, you know. Depending on the relationship, I may take time to connect with that person privately, and to see if I can, you know, turn that around and to grow that relationship, because you don't want to just slam the door in somebody's face. You know, you want to leave room for understanding each other, because sometimes things can be misunderstood, or accidents or mistakes can happen. So you want to learn how to build a bridge rather than a wall, if you can help from it. But you want to make sure that if you do maintain that and you're really building that bridge, that you are creating something that is healthy. Okay, you want to consider where you're getting that wisdom and that knowledge from. Is it a trusted resource? Do they have the results that you're looking for? Are they really growing? Do you really see them as somebody that is an expert in the area that you're learning to get help with? So just be really careful when considering how to grow that relationship in your business. And realize too that there are some that are going to be with you on your business journey, and then there are going to be some friends and family that are just going to be there to support you as you grow. You know, those are the people that you want in your corner, because they're going to support you through the ups and downs of your life. These are the people that you want to keep around. Okay. Number 10 is family. You know, when you are sharing and growing, it doesn't have to be all about business, all about a service, or all about a product. Okay. You really want to consider, you know, sharing things about you personally. You know, do you have a hobby that you love? Do you have something that you enjoy doing that you're passionate about, like maybe a cause, you know, or maybe it's your family. You have a family, or maybe you have a pet or something that you adore and love, and occasionally each day you share something about them, or you share a story about yourself that happened. You want to look at how to market your life and how to bring value by showing that you're relatable. Be vulnerable a little bit, you know, show that you're a real, genuine, authentic person. Be the best version of you. Enjoy sharing moments that you have that are about you, you know. Maybe your dog did a really cute trick that day, and so you just wanted to share it, and people are like, oh, the puppy is so cute. I'm so glad that you shared that with me. Oh, how adorable. That made my day, right? Because then the next thing, they're going to associate you with the dog, and that's going to be positive, and they're going to be like, oh yeah, that's the girl that had that really cute comment about the dog. What does she have to say today? So it just builds curiosity. It encourages them to connect with you more and to help you build that following as you grow your business. Anyhow, I hope that these 10 tips helped you out. And I am going to be, just a couple of housekeeping things. I'm going to be taking Q&A. So if you do have something that you have a question on, or you want to make a comment on, feel free to respond below in the comment section of this video. The other thing is, I just want to remind everybody, I'm still taking applications for coaching. Again, normally the coaching is between $340, $360, but I'm offering individual coaching for $240 for 6 sessions, an hour long for 6 weeks, and it can be at a time that we designate that works best for you, so that's fine. My group coaching, I have 6 slots available, and it's going to be for 6 weeks, 1 hour a week, but you're sharing the line. And so normally I would charge $240 for that, but I'm going to be instead bringing that price down because I need to build a gallery of testimonials. So I'm definitely discounting that price. So group coaching would be $180 versus individual, which would be $240. Again, 6 sessions, an hour a week for 6 weeks. The slots are filling up. I do have a few people that have already gone ahead and signed up, but just as a reminder, if you haven't done that already, I'm going to leave my contact details inside the comment section, so be looking for that. Okay, first of all. Secondly, in order to stay connected with me and to get more business tips, strategies, and freebies from me to you, yes, absolutely free, I encourage you, I'm going to be leaving my VIP list form in the comment section, so make sure to click on that, fill out your name, your email address, and then that way I can go ahead and connect with you that way. Okay. The other thing is, if you are looking at getting that coaching, or you're looking at, okay, what is it that you do business wise? If you just want more details of the like, go ahead, be sure to click on my business link then and watch the video first of all, then fill out the application, and then I will be in touch with you this week and we can take it from there. Just as a reminder, if you are looking to do that coaching, I am closing my doors Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern because you guys, I have to get to the airport. I'm actually traveling for some training this weekend and I need to be able to review those applications before that training starts over the weekend. So I am asking, if you have not done that already, you don't want to miss out. You don't want me closing the doors on you without first having filled out that application. So make sure you get that into me. Otherwise, it was really good to connect with you. I'm going to aim for the same connection time tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. I haven't quite figured out what that content is just yet, but I am working on that for you. As always, I will send you a reminder what that content's going to be, so stay tuned. It's going to be a surprise, and I look forward to connecting with you here on Facebook Live again tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.